What's up? It's your boy, Cyan, because it's 2016 and I still say your boy. I'm gonna roll up my sleeves here. We're gonna talk a little bit. Me and you YouTube peoples, you. I have a lot of you guys that follow me here on YouTube, but don't follow me anywhere else. So even if there's a lot of subscribers who don't click on like the generic videos that I do or whatever, like that aren't anything super special, I still want to update you guys who are here, who are watching and stuff, and just like let you in on some of the stuff that's transpired in the past few months for me. And yeah, because like if you're not following me on Twitter and if you don't watch Twitch or any number of things that you just don't know, right? If you're not in the Discord, etc., so on and so forth. So yeah, this is just a nice little channel update video. I've got some music on in the background, and we're just going to talk for a little bit, and I'll just bring you guys up to speed, I guess. Yeah. So it should be okay. It should be. We'll try and work through kind of quickly here. Try not to waste your time too much. So, you guys probably have noticed like a dip in number of formal interviews this year. There's a number of reasons for that. The most recent one that I did was the one with Mr. Bitter, obviously, and that interview was not sponsored by Esports Heaven. It was not like published in conjunction with Esports Heaven or anything like that. And I was a little bit glad for that because it allowed me to try some things out, right? Like I feel as though Twitch is a very neglected platform for me, historically speaking, right? I think I'm almost at 400 followers on Twitch like now-ish. I'm like I'm like 23 away, as opposed to YouTube where I have like over 1,000 subs, right? So doing the interview outside of Esports Heaven, it allowed me to premiere it on Twitch. And we did two like Twitch premiere vodcast things. We did one on the Friday, and then I put it out live here on YouTube, and then I did another one on the Sunday, I think it was. And it was actually pretty successful. It went pretty good. Like the first day, the Friday, the first time that I put it up, it went pretty okay. Got like okay-ish viewers. Part of that is because Fear Dragon like forced me to put it on the TL calendar. He like made sure that it was on the TL calendar. So big shouts to him for that. And then on the Sunday when we did because we did two time slots. We did an EU one that was for like EU fans, and we put that in like later or early evening EST, I guess you could say. Or no, it was the afternoon. Yeah, like it was like EU friendly. I don't know. I can't remember. And then we did another one on the Sunday that was more like NA friendly time, so it was in the evening. And because of the way that lined up, Fear Dragon actually gave us a nice host. That was the day of the last Filthy Cup, so he shot all those viewers over my way, which was amazing. It was incredible. And then I hopped on after the fact both times to just talk with people, and I was just like talking about the interview and talking about interesting things that I found about it, that kind of thing, right? Kind of a director's commentary, kind of in the same vein as the marathon stream we did last year. It was like season 1 Cyan interviews, right? And it was really good. It was fun, and I feel like it was worth doing. The big trade-off there is obviously that if I don't have ESH sponsorship, partnership, whatever, then I'm not actually getting any physical, tangible return, monetarily speaking, from doing those interviews, which is a lot. It is actually a big dip for me because I put so much time into those. So there's an interesting trade-off there. The Mr. Bitter interview was also an Overwatch interview too, so that was really good for me. I really like doing something for the Overwatch community because I like that game, and I think that video game's cool, and I think that scene is cool. It has potential. So that's a nice, like, just another notch in the bedpost for me in regards with Overwatch. The viewership on that was like pretty okay, but taking into account that it did well on Reddit and it did well on our CompOW, and I'm not sure what that means in terms of like how it did in viewership. Like if it hadn't been posted to CompOW, I don't think that it would have done very well. And I guess you could say simultaneously, if it hadn't been posted to Reddit, it wouldn't have done very well. So, or Screddit, excuse me, StarCraft Reddit specifically. Rather than just one or the other, I posted it to both, and it did pretty well. So we can be happy about that. In regards to the future of the long-form interviews that are very formalized, that kind of thing, I'm not really sure where I want to take it. There are definitely people who I want to interview in that format, but it's becoming difficult to find the time. We can get into that. So actually, after that particular interview was published, someone in my Discord was like, "Hey, you should interview Filthy Rake," and I was like, While I would do that, there's this huge list of people who I would like to interview, but I don't really think it's worthwhile at the end of the day, right? Because I do put so much time and so much effort into the formalized interviews. When if they come away with like 100 views, that feels really bad, and it's just not. It doesn't feel like the best investment of my time. But I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, it would be cool because this was a fan request, and a bunch of people in the Discord were like, yeah, you should do this. So I wanna like give the people what they want, give the people who are like there supporting me the most. How can I make this happen? And I thought, I've been trying to find a way to inject myself into my interviews for such a long time. What if I did kind of a more podcast style conversation, not an interview, more of a conversation, right? So that's what I've been doing. We have been doing the Cyan chill chats. It's just streamed on Twitch, and then I record it, and then I upload it like right away. It is staggering the amount of difference it makes when you're not like really formal with everything, right? Like these interviews are not even really interviews in my mind. Like they are and they aren't, but like they don't require a bunch of prep time. They don't require a bunch of editing. So it's pretty much like a matter of hours rather than a matter of days, which is huge. That's huge big time difference, right? And I've been having fun with them too. Filthy Rake was the first kick at the can. We tried. I feel like there's a really good idea where when I load into one of these pieces, one of these Cyan chill chats, we like play a game, myself and the guest, and it's like a kind of serves as a groundbreaker, an icebreaker kind of thing because we're playing the game, we're talking about stuff, and it's nice and relaxed, right? But unfortunately, StarCraft 2, even co-op on normal, StarCraft 2 is very, very mentally intensive. So it was very hard for me to ask questions and pay attention. And it was very, very hard for Filthy Rake to respond to the questions, even though they were very generic things like how did you get into gaming and stuff like that. Like it's very difficult to formulate coherent thought and sound intelligent while you're trying to focus on completing objectives and control your units and play StarCraft, play the game of StarCraft. It's difficult. So we've only done that part once. That was just with the Filthy Rake episode. But I feel like that's just a good idea. I just need to find the game to do it. I need to find the game to fill that void. And then we did Penguin, and we did Austin, the CEO of Rise Esports, which was posted to YouTube on the Thursday there last week, but unfortunately, it included the starting soon screen, which had like a song that, of course, was blocked, so I had to take it down. And I'll put that up again later tonight, I think, whenever it renders. And yeah, I like the chill chats. I am enjoying them. I'm having fun with them. I think it's a really good way to have a bigger presence on Twitch, because I think that when people see me playing like StarCraft or whatever, when I'm playing ladder games, that's not really what I am known for. Obviously, I'm not Grandmaster. I'm Diamond 2 to Diamond 3, and I lose most of my games on stream because streaming and talking is very hard. We just talked on that. Or playing and talking. So I think when I do an interview like that, when in a live context, it's just cool. And most of my, I think that like a lot of my Twitch presence too has been built on the back of Please Pause Live. So I've found that if I go live and I'm in IRL and I'm just like, hey guys, I'm going to talk about something, I'll get like a pretty good number of viewers. Like maybe like 12 to 20, right? 20 on a good day. But if I'm streaming StarCraft, it'll be somewhere from like 4 to 8 a lot of the time. Because people are more here to just like hang out and just hear me talk about stuff, I think, more than it is to watch me play games. And I totally get that. I think that's really cool. I think that's really nice that I can turn on a stream and be like, hey, I want to talk about a thing. And people are like, yes, we want to listen to you talk about a thing. We want to talk about a thing with you. That's very cool to me. So these interviews kind of fill that void where it's like very defined content for StarCraft and for esports, whoever it is that I'm talking to. And it grows it. I think it grows my presence on Twitch and in StarCraft in general, because Twitch is so important for that. Like during we did the Penguin article. We did the Penguin interview, and I got a host from Penguin for 60 viewers before we started. During that, In Control hosted for 400, Probe hosted for like 80. That's huge. That's incredible, right? Something that I have to do too is that after like if I'm doing a piece of content like that and we wrap up and I have these big viewer numbers, if it's like in the triple digits, or even if it's like 60 or something like that, I need to find a way to keep going, right? I should hop off of that and go right into a ladder stream, right? Unfortunately, in this particular day, it just wasn't possible. But something to keep in mind. This kind of segues in. So I've been thinking about bringing back Please Pause Live. I've been thinking about it really hard because I feel as though the growth of my Twitch channel and the growth of my Discord were propelled primarily from Please Pause Live. I think it was a cool concept that was fun to do when it was good. When it was like a good episode, it was really fun to do. When there was something like interesting to talk about with people, it was really fun. Part of the problem, though, is that with the existence of the Pylon Show and the popularity of the Pylon Show, it would be very hard for me to go in on the Thursday time slot like I was doing and talk about something and add something to it, right? Because everything that's relevant will have been discussed the night before on the Pylon Show, and I don't want to double up content. There's also an element there too where people really turn out for the Pylon Show, and it's really cool to see it is, but people don't turn out for the smaller stuff, right? Like, I'm not an established name, and making the people who watch Pylon Show turn out for similar content is going to be very hard. And I don't know that it's possible because it seems like there's an oversaturation of that kind of long form content now. And I do include the Pylon Show with like interviews and stuff. Like, Joey and I are both doing interviews. The Pylon Show, I think, fills that same role, or we fill the same role as the Pylon Show, whatever you want to call it. That long-form talk episodic thing where you go and you watch a Twitch VOD or a YouTube VOD for like an hour and a half, and then it's like, cool, that's my fill for the day. I'm going to move on to something else. So Please Pause Live, it will probably come back, but I'm trying to think of a format where there will A, always be something interesting to talk about, and B, where I'm not doubling content in regards to StarCraft 2, because there is a StarCraft 2 talk show right now, and you just should avoid doubling content. They were there first. I don't want to double up their content. It would be bad. In more like general update stuff that you guys have missed if you're only here on the YouTube, I've actually had the pleasure of writing a little bit for Blizzard Entertainment. That's right, your boy wrote for actual Blizzard. It was really, really cool. So I helped cover WCS Challenger for the last season there, and I wrote articles and like recap stuff, and it was posted to the WCS official website. It was very, very cool, and I hope to do it again. It would be very, very, very cool. It's such a big, it's a really big deal to me. It's huge. For someone, I mean, Jesus, you know, if you've been here on the channel for an extended period of time, right, you've seen me come from just talking about stuff, and then Cats found me on Reddit, and it was like, hey, cool, here's a talk about stuff. Also, this is on the Root website, and from like since then, you know, like I'm writing a lot, and I got to go to the community summit, and I got to go to Montreal last year, and I'm talking to some of these people that are so huge in all of esports, not even just StarCraft. So it feels like I am on an upwards trajectory overall, right? Even though I get really frustrated sometimes and really depressed about where I am, but it just feels like overall in the course, the great scope of time, things have been on a very hard upward trajectory. So hopefully that continues, and you guys are a big part of that. So thank you. I'm also returning. I don't know, like maybe you guys know, maybe you don't, but I have been streaming quite a little bit this year in comparison to 2017 for sure. And I took a little break because Challenger was going on, and that was a lot of my time. It wasn't really feasible for me to be doing regular streams like that. I unplugged my headphones. So yeah, so this week, June 4th, I will be trying to stream like every day this week, every weekday, and I'm going to try really hard to push myself to 4-hour streams, because normally what happens is I'll stream for like 2 hours and I'll start to feel burned out. And I'll like look at the viewer count and I'll see that it's not really where I feel like it could be. Like the viewer count's so hard to look at. It's not like I feel like it could be more. It's just like, oh wow, I'm not really collecting viewers as I go on, right? Um, and it can be tough, like playing StarCraft for a really extended period of time and trying to juggle talking to myself and just like keeping my chatter up and everything. It is mentally exhausting. But I really want to try and stream more. I really want to develop that skill set where it doesn't affect me that badly, where I can go for 4+ hours because I have a plan. I really want to do a thing later this month, and it's going to require me. It'll require me to be there for a long time. So we're gonna try that. I'm also gonna try and stream Warframe. I think Wednesdays will be Warframe days because that's an acronym, not an acronym. That's alliteration. And how clever is that? I bet nobody does that in the world, right? Wednesday Warframe. So yeah, I'm deciding a schedule now. If you guys feel like you would watch me stream, hit me up in the comment section, or in Discord, or wherever you feel like you want to hit me up and tell me what time zone you're in and what is the best time that you would like want to tune in. I did do a Twitter poll. I think it's still up, but if you guys have something to say, let me know. I'll try and stream like whatever people want me to. And I think that's basically it. I just wanted to do this video to just update you guys on things that have happened that you wouldn't have otherwise seen on YouTube, right? And give you guys a little bit of my thought process. I do want to give a shout out to my patrons here because I have been doing the Patreon weekly vlog for the past like month, I think. I've been so bad with Patreon. I know it. I know I've been so bad. It's tough to gather everything together and like know what you have to do. But I have been doing the Patreon vlogs, and if you are a patron and you listen to the vlogs, you probably have already heard all of this before. So I want to just give a shout out to that. If you guys want this kind of introspection and look forward every week, like I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to go do a Patreon vlog. I might do it tomorrow actually, just to give some space, talking about a future plan thing that I want to do. And that's just going to be exclusive access until I actually announce it, right? So check out patreon.com/Cyan Esports. Can't do it without patrons. It's just they are the best. I thank you if you are a patron. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna get like a Patreon end card thing. I have to do that too. That's a good idea. And thanks for watching the video. If you've watched this video to the end here, then you're really on board, and I really, really appreciate you very much. Like, big shoutouts to you. Because obviously, again, I can't do it without you guys. I just can't. It's not possible. Thank you so much, and we'll have the Rise chill chat with Austin. We'll have that out soon, and yeah, there's content. Content. Thanks, guys. Bye.